Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox, that's Ben Olson. We're the founders of lsatdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. First email on our agenda is from Adrian. Actually, only email on our agenda is from Adrian, who's asking about predicting questions on RC.
Hey there, I'm hearing a lot of people are saying that when it comes to RC passages, that you should read them structurally as opposed to reading every single piece of information.
Bullshit.
False.
1000% wrong. Could not be more wrong. I know you're hearing a lot of people saying that, but dear God, I hope you're not hearing LSAT Demon teachers say that, because they would be fired. That is not what we believe.
Yeah. So Adrian continues, but it comes to me with a question. How do you predict on RC then?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can.
If you don't understand the passage, dude, they're testing whether you comprehended what you read. Nowhere in the instructions does it say, oh, you can ignore the details. You should be reading for structure. I don't even know what reading for structure could possibly mean.
Well, the wild thing is that the best way to understand the structure is to understand the content, which then forces the structure.
I feel like legacy prep companies just completely lost their mind when it came to reading comprehension. They were like, we need chapters in books about reading comprehension.
That's easy to understand.
What are we going to say?
Even if it's stupid. Yeah.
And they just like invent a bunch of total horseshit so that they can like sell books about reading comprehension. Dude, one sentence at a time. One word at a time. There's only like 17 sentences there. What do they want? Why do they want what they want? And if you understand what they want and why they want it, then yeah, you can predict the answers to the questions. But if you're reading for structure, you're just like literally not comprehending what you're reading. Anyway.
Adrian continues, also, if a question in reading comprehension says, what is explicitly stated? Is it best that I use the search word finder on the test?
No.
I did it. No. The crazy thing is if you read for understanding, there's not that much information in a passage. And so then when someone says, was this said? You're like, yeah, I remember that was said.
Yeah.
And you look at other answers and you go, I don't remember that being said. Or I explicitly remember them saying the opposite. So that's definitely wrong.
Or they'll say each of the following was explicitly stated except, and you'll just tick off. You'll go, yeah, they said that. Yep, they said that. I don't think they said that. Oh, they said that. And they said that. Okay, cool.
And it's not from memorization. It's from just understanding.
Definitely not memorization. But, you know, the Princeton Review type folks got reading comprehension 1000% wrong when they're saying, oh, you should skim the passage. You know, if there's details, you can just like note where they are. You don't have to know the details.
You might not even be tested on them. Blah, blah,
Bullshit.
Blah. Yeah.
They're putting those details in there because they think it's important to making their point or points. You know, that's like a strategy for getting 4 out of 6 on a reading comprehension passage. That's not good. I don't want you doing 4 passages and getting 4 out of 6 on every one. If you do that, you missed like a passage and a half worth of questions. So slow down and actually comprehend. The questions then get easy. But the word finder thing, absolutely not, because synonyms.
Totally.
I mean, there's 100 synonyms for every word.
Also, what are you going to do? Search for what words are you going to search for from each answer choice? What a slow way to do the test.
Yeah. I never, ever use the find feature, ever. I do not. I mean, you know, we built it into the daemon, right? Because it's available on the test and people want they want to be able to practice in a format that looks like they're going to see on the test. Yeah. So we built it, but we do not recommend that you use it. We built it so you can ignore it. Same with highlight, same with underline. All that stuff is just there so that you can just disregard.
Last sentence here from Adrian. I'm not sure that I fully understand it, but it says, I did a question today, and the question stem asked, what is explicitly stated? And instead of searching, we just started figuring out the meaning in the answer choices. Yeah, well, that's what you should do.
I would assume that it was in a class and, you know, Adrian was surprised. Wait a minute. The teacher is actually thinking about what A means and thinking about whether that was actually in the passage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because the teacher comprehended the passage. Because the teacher didn't read for structure. The teacher actually did pay attention to the information that was given in the passage.
Yeah.
And then when you ask the teacher what was explicitly stated in the passage, they do not need to go back to the passage because they're going to know it when they see it. It's easier than you think, Adrian. You just got to stop all the gimmicky stuff.
Yeah.
Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you would like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.